Welcome in, everybody. This is the free NBA Daily Bets podcast YouTube show. My name is Eric, and it's another really good day. I paused the game at halftime of the Warriors and Rockets game, but I won the first quarter against the Rockets and I won the first half with the Rockets, and it's a dead nuts under game, 44-37 at halftime. Like, that game's going under 222. And I won my 4-unit play with the Hawks. Fortunately, I took the Knicks money line because I thought the Knicks were going to win that game in a close one. But that's okay. It's going to be a winning day regardless, guys. On the up and ups, hopefully the Rockets can hold on because I got a 4-unit play on them winning this game. If they do, be a really nice day. And I'm due for a really nice day. I deserve success. I deserve winning bets. I work too hard for this shit. So let's keep it going, guys. Let's move on to Thursday, December 12th. Got 3 games, just 3 games, guys. Detroit Pistons at the Boston Celtics. That is the first game up. Line is, I'm just looking at these lines for like the first time pretty much. Minus 12.5 for Boston. And over-unders at 226. And just initial thoughts, like the Boston tax is high. The Boston tax is high. I keep saying this, guys. The Boston Tea Party, the Boston tax, minus 12.5. Man, they're really inflating that number because Detroit's a pretty damn good basketball team this year. Even though they're only 10-15, they're still a pretty damn good team. So let's see here. Yeah, everybody's healthy for Detroit. I don't know why this line. I will be betting Detroit plus 12.5. That is for certain. For certain. Detroit is a pretty damn good basketball team, and they're fighting hard as well. So they just beat New York. They literally just played at Boston on last Wednesday and lost by 10, and they battled back in that game, and that was the second game of a back-to-back for them. So they played Milwaukee the night before, lost in the NBA Cup, an emotional game, rallied and put together a good effort at Boston, and only lost by 10. Now we're getting minus 12.5. I mean, plus 12.5. I'm sorry, guys. That's an automatic bet for me with Detroit. That's probably going to be a 4-unit play, honestly. Because why is Boston going to be motivated in this game? Like, yeah, they've already beaten Detroit 2 times this year, but I'm sorry that they're not going to get up for this game. And then they got Washington. They're at the Wizards on Sunday. So they have 2 days off after this game. And they've had like 3 days off. I mean, this is a flat spot for them, in my opinion. Like, they are coming off a loss. Well, they are coming off a loss against Memphis. I did forget that, but that was a second night of a back-to-back. Memphis likes to push the pace. I'm not surprised. I did bet Memphis plus 8 that game too, so I'm not surprised Boston lost. But for them to just come out and smoke the Pistons, like they're not really smoking teams like that like they used to last year. I mean, they are kind of here and there, but not like consistently. Like they've only smoked the Clippers, and I believe that was the second game of a back-to-back for the Clippers. Then they smoked the Miami Heat, but again, that was their second game of a back-to-back. They beat the Pistons by 10. Like literally, their last game where they smoked before that was November 13th against the Nets. So they've only like blown teams out like maybe 3 games out of the past like 12 or 13 games. So I don't know. Detroit with rest, Detroit with motivation, Boston, maybe who cares? Like a Thursday night in December, like who cares about this game? You know, like they'll do just enough to win. I can only look Detroit plus 12.5, and that over-unders at 226. I can only look over 226. They scored 250 points last time, so 226. So I can only look over there, guys. I mean, Detroit scored 120 at New York. Before Boston, they scored 107, but they gave up 128. They're giving up more than 110 points a game right now. They lost to Philly. They gave up 111. Both teams are rested. Both teams should be ready to shoot the ball. Give me the over 226. I like that a lot, too. Probably going to play that as well. So that's the only way I could look in the first game. Well, let's take a look at Boston's injuries. Jason Tatum's questionable. Sam Hauser's probable or questionable. So yeah, I mean, I'm probably going to bet this tonight, guys. This is a 4-unit play for me, for sure, on Detroit, plus 12.5. Like, I mean, why would I not? What am I missing, guys? What am I missing, honestly? Detroit plus 12.5. That looks like a lock. Okay, next game up, we've got the Toronto Raptors, the baby dinosaurs, at the Miami Heat. Let's take a look at the line here. We got plus 10.5 on the Toronto Raptors, and total sitting at 222.5. Now, the Raptors, Scotty Barnes is out. He had his little ankle injury. He's out for a couple weeks, guys. So they're back to no Scotty Barnes, but this team is used to that. It's not that big of a difference, honest. I mean, it is. Scotty Barnes makes a difference, but it's not like a shock to this team. You know, they just played like 15 games without Scotty Barnes. So, you know, he's probably out for a couple weeks. Bruce Brown's still out, and then Emmanuel Quickley. So the guard position, they're thin. But still, I mean, this core has been playing really well. Grady Dick, R.J. Barrett, Ochai Agbaji, Jakob Poeltl. You know, Davion Mitchell's really good. Well, not really good, but I mean, he's a solid player. So I mean, they're feisty, guys. They're feisty. Like, they fight really hard. They just played this team 2 games in a row on Friday, November 29th, and then Sunday, December 1st. And they split the series there. It was one in Miami, one in Toronto, and now they're back at Miami. So they've lost 3 in a row, but they've been feisty. They cover the point spread against Dallas and New York. I was on them in both those games. Miami, let's take a look at their injury report. Now, Miami, they have the whole Jimmy Butler. His agent came out today and said, like, no, I haven't said anything about Jimmy Butler wanting to be traded. But Shams is saying that Jimmy Butler's representatives say that he is open to be traded to, like, 4 teams. So, I don't know, guys. I don't know. It sounds really messy. Shams is kind of like, not kind of, he is suspicious. Just like, I don't trust his... I don't know. I don't really trust his credibility sometimes. I really don't. He's like fabricated some stuff in the past for sure. Especially on NBA draft night. Especially on draft night. Yeah, he's probable. Jimmy Butler's probable. Pelle Larson is doubtful. So other than that, they're healthy. Let's take a look at Miami's current form. You got they won 3 in a row, guys. They won 3 in a row after they lost to Boston and Toronto. They won 3 in a row home games. They've covered 3 in a row home games. I was on them on Sunday. That was a 4-unit play, I believe, for me. No, that was a 2.5-unit play, but it was plus money. So yeah, they're at Detroit on Monday, so they get 3 days off after this game. Jeez, and they're at home. So. This could be a smoke spot for Miami. They could blow them out. I don't know. I mean, because they did lose to them on December 1st. But then it's also like a letdown spot potentially with Scotty Barnes. Like, they know Scotty Barnes isn't playing, so they might not get like completely up for this game. I lean Toronto even without Scotty Barnes. I lean the plus 10.5 with Toronto. I'm not convinced Miami's going to get up for this game. It seems like a flat spot for sure. I could see Miami first quarter, first half maybe. I could see that. The Raptors have not been starting well of late. I could see them, the Heat, doing well first quarter, first half. Over under 222.5. I lean under here. Toronto does like to play fast. Miami plays a little slower. I think Miami plays good defense here, and if they are a little lax to start the game, like, I could see them second half picking up the intensity, like if they're even, and then that will slow the game down and get under 222.5. I lean under there. I kind of like that under. I might get there with it. Okay, guys. Last game up, we've got the Sacramento Kings. Excuse me, guys, at the New Orleans Pelicans. And sorry, before I get that, I don't think I shared what I normally say every podcast. All my official bets are at Twitter, at Easy Money Wins. I'm having a solid start to the season. If the Houston Rockets win tonight, I'll be in the plus 20 units for the year to date for the NBA. I'm plus 27 units in the NFL right now. I'm rolling, guys. I'm rolling really well. I have a long-term history track record. I have like 4,000, probably getting close to like 4,000 publicly documented bets on Twitter, fully transparent. And yeah, I win sports bets. That's what I do, guys. That's what I do. I got a knack at it. And so follow me at Twitter for all my official releases at Easy Money Wins. All right. Appreciate y'all. Now, Sacramento Kings at the New Orleans Pelicans. Kings are minus 5.5-point favorites. I see some sixes popping up. Total is 231.5. See a 230.5 out there. Let's take a look at the injury report for Sacramento. Let's see here. We got a completely healthy roster, guys, except for Trey Lyles. But he's a bench player. I mean, I like Trey Lyles, but he's a bench player. They're finally winning. They've won 3 out of their last 4 games. Sorry, guys. Okay. They've won 3 out of the last 4 games. Smoked Utah. Smoked San Antonio. Gave Memphis a really good run, but lost late close. And then they won against Houston at home. So they're finally picking it up, guys. DeRozan's been back, and they finally started winning again. So, again, they need to win. They need to keep winning. Let's see if they played New Orleans this year. I don't think they have. No, they have not. So they have not played New Orleans yet this year. They need to keep winning. I think they're like out of the play-in. If the standings were to end today, I think they're outside of the play-in tournament. So that's not good. They know that they need to keep winning, especially in the Western Conference. Their next game is Monday at home. And that Monday game will start a 5-game homestand for them. So this is literally just a fly out to New Orleans and fly back to Sacramento and get the job done. I like this spot a lot for Sacramento, just looking at it already. They're completely healthy, need to win, and they're going in 1 game and then fly back home for a 5-game homestand. So a nice relaxing spot after this. Go out to New Orleans, take care of your business, take care of your work, come home. You're at home. Nice week and a half homestand. So the Pelicans are on a 2-game losing streak, but they've lost a lot, guys. They're 5-20 on the year. 5 wins, 20 losses. Their next game is Sunday at Indiana, so they get 2 days off after this game. And yeah, not a heavy load for them coming up here schedule-wise. So let's take a look at the injuries, and they have injuries. That is for certain. But, okay, let's see. DeJounte Murray, C.J. McCollum, Trey Murphy, Herb Jones, and Yves Missy are all healthy. So they're all healthy. The starters, like 4 out of those 5 guys are starters normally, right? They're just missing Brandon Ingram. I mean, obviously Zion Williamson, but Herb Jones, Trey Murphy, C.J. McCollum, DeJounte Murray, those are all NBA starters. Like, they've started a lot of NBA games, okay? So, like, that's not an awful lineup right there. Missy and then those 4 guys. Now, on the bench, they're thin. Brandon Boston Jr., Daniel Tice. That's like their bench, guys. That's not good. That's their problem. They have no bench scoring at all. Jordan Hawkins is still ruled out for tomorrow. Javonte Green is questionable. Like, even Javonte Green being questionable is like important for that bench. They need him to play on that bench tomorrow for sure. Yeah, it's not good. The bench is awful, guys. That's their biggest problem right now. But gosh, that starting 5's not terrible. It's not. And then also, like, the Pelicans, they play really damn hard at home. Like, really hard. I mean, they were down 30 to Oklahoma City on Saturday, and they stormed back to only lose by like 10. So, there's fight in this team. And then they beat Phoenix the game before that, 126-124. Obviously, that was without Kevin Durant, but still. Before that, like, they took Golden State to the wire on Friday, November 22nd at home. Also, the Lakers by 5. Beat the Nuggets. That was without Jokic, but still on November 15th. I think that was without Jokic. Sorry, I'm like tired, guys. Yeah, they play hard at home. Like, even though, man, at +6, I kind of lean Pelicans +6, guys. Pelicans, they're going to cover some point spreads now. I'm telling you guys. I mean, they covered the one against San Antonio the other night. And I was even thinking about betting the Pelicans there, but I was like, I just can't. After that poor showing against Oklahoma City, I couldn't do it. Um, I think Kings win this game, but I think the Pelicans cover. I think it's one of those win but don't cover games. Even though the Kings are like gelling really well right now. I think Pelicans +6. I mean, if it gets to +7, yeah, Pelicans +7. The Kings could absolutely blow them out, guys, but I'm probably gonna stay off that game. I really want to bet the Kings, but even though the Pelicans bench is so bad, guys, I'm telling you, the Pelicans are feisty at home for some reason. Like they'll quit on the road, but at home, like they'll battle to the end for some reason. I don't know what Willie Green got them. What kind of home pregame speech or what they like? They like the gumbo down there. I don't know what's going on in New Orleans, but they play hard as crap down there. That's what I do know. The Kings. I think the Kings win this game though. That's a tough game, guys. That over under 230.5. I lean under. I think I'm going to bet that under because Pelicans don't have any bench scoring, and even DeJounte Murray, like he's not an amazing scorer. At home they play good defense. Sacramento last year and this year on the road they are an under team. I like that under 231. I think I'm going to get there with it, guys. I do like that. So that's the podcast. That's the show, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Show some love. Follow me on Twitter. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Drop a comment. Follow me on my social media. I'm like on everything: TikTok, Instagram, Pinterest at Easy Money Wins. Facebook at Easy Money Wins. Like I'm on all of it, man. I'm on all of it. So show some love. I'm giving out free winners. Let's win some money with me. All right, guys. See you tomorrow.